All right, so we're going to get started. Thank you all for coming to my second Zoom meeting in my personal meeting space. I'm so grateful that you took time out to just hear what I had to say. Again, this time is going to be of the essence, so please get your pens, get your papers together. Please go to a quiet place. If you think there's going to be distractions, if your phone gets a call, please ignore it. And let's move forward on this Zoom meeting. So the topic of this discussion tonight is the age of value and the era of new currency, introduction to the second digital revolution. My name is Bobby Mall, and I'm the second, and I'm glad to be the host of this meeting tonight. So first, I just want to share a little bit about my background, just so y'all can get just a little bit of information about who I am and my credentials. I have an education background in CNC, that's computer numerical control, Vincent's University. Basically, it's learning how to input numbers and coordinations and pushing a button, and then it just basically those coordinations create whatever type of object that the points are destined to. And I did that for a few years. I also have educational background in organizational leadership and community leadership through Ivy Tech Community College. And that was a wonderful experience, just to be able to get certified in some things that I've already had experience in. It kind of helps you, leverage the things that you want to try to do with different organizations and communities. I'm also a student of the Black Business School, which was founded by Dr. Boyce Watkins, and he is a wonderful person. My first time I got to meet him was in 2015 in Kentucky, and it was a wonderful time that I had with him. And actually, that experience put me in a different mindset that I am now. So I'm happy that I'm here, and I'm happy that you're here. And also, he has a ton of other courses and classes that I really feel are beneficial for the Black community, being that most of the schools that we go to, they only train us in theory and not just in practical learning. And he teaches from not just a theory perspective, but practical perspective, and easy to implicate. So I'm happy to be a student of his school. I've also led and developed over 12 nonprofits and fundraising campaigns. Just to name a few: United Way, March of Dimes, Pink Cancer, Service for Peace, International Leadership Training Program, International Relief Foundation. And I've managed over 100 volunteers from all different backgrounds, meaning different countries and different languages. I'm also a world traveler. I've been to over 8 different countries: Korea, Japan, India. I've been to Canada. I've been to over 38 different states. So just been able to see a lot of things, and through those experiences, they become like milestones in your life and knowledge stones in your life that you can relate to when you're in certain situations and different types of characteristics with different people. I'm also a business owner of 2 companies in the area of craft and hobbies. I own a company called SNB Boutique, where we sell just hobby stuff, craft stuff, and we that pays the bills. I also run a visual media and social media web-based application company, and I do a lot of photography, videography, freelance. I do shows, weddings, all of that, and I just basically try to take a person's vision in their mind and bring it into reality through video or through word or through picture. And I also have a foundation that really tries to strengthen the structure and the backbone of the family, centered upon a couple parents, strong single parents. And that's something I love to do. And definitely I'm happy about that. I'm also a husband of 7 years. I'm really happy about that. I think this year was this is my 7th year actually, and I think this was my most challenging year in my marriage right now for me, because we went through a lot of ups and downs, but we also are taking new risks together, and I'm happy that I'm taking these risks with this wonderful woman who's blessed me with 3 queens. This little one here, this is Tanaya, baby, and she just turned 1 today. And I'm so happy about her just being able to experience her first year. She's so adorable and so life-giving and life energy to me. This is my other queen here, and she looks so happy in that picture because she had a scavenger hunt, and it was a lot of things on that scavenger hunt she could find, but one of the things that was really hard to find was a ladybug, because it started to already get cool in the season, and it was just difficult to find them, but she was looking and looking and looking, and there she did. She found it, so she was happy. And last but not least, that's my queen up there, me kissing her on the cheek. She's the one that helped me create those 2 at the below, and the one that really loves me dearly, and I love her, and I'm just so happy to be a part of her life and her about part of mine. All right, so the goal for this meeting tonight, basically, I really want to put into perspective what we're going to do. So the first point we're going to focus on is to prepare you for the age of value, okay? That is a term that a lot of people do not understand. And just the word value, value it's packed with a whole lot of energy, but a whole lot of meaning. And I'm going to share it from the perspective of currency and help you and your family and our community succeed over the next 20 years. So my daughter will be probably 20 within the next 20 years. And this education that we want to focus on is centered upon what we call the blockchain, okay? The second point I'm going to talk about is adopting an investor mindset in the second digital revolution. We're going to teach you how to master your money and achieve financial Juneteenth. And that's a deep meaning behind that, but we're going to discuss that later. And lastly, the third point is I'm going to share with you the best way that we can navigate through this new currency, what I would call, or what my professor teacher would call, economic jungle, and how we need to band together through what we've created called the digital underground. Now, some of y'all might be thinking about this. Yeah, that digital underground. I like that. Come on, who's gonna bust the verse for me? Somebody, stop what you're doing. I'm about to ruin the images down this music. Yeah, so you already know. But seriously, on the real tip, the digital underground is a secret, and if you're made it to this group, this is this meeting. You have an opportunity to learn the secrets of what the digital underground is all about. And those 3 secrets are basically, secret 1 is not about Bitcoin, okay? It is not about Bitcoin, all right? But it's about the blockchain, all right? The blockchain, all right? So we're gonna share with you the first secret based upon from the information to value and trust, which was something that a lot of y'all older cats might know about, the 1994.com, but this is bigger than that, all right? The second secret is winning against the odds. And we're gonna show you how we can play to win like an owner and get played and not get played by like a player. You know, players think they are slick, but ultimately a player is gonna lose in the end because a player constantly thinks that they can continue to use play on words with the person who might not understand the words. So I'm gonna help break down these words and this new experience in the digital underground. And the last secret I'm going to attempt to share with you is the price hack, all right? How to buy without overpaying in a volatile and turbulent market. So I'm going to go on all of these. These are intros. This is not in depth. In order for you to learn this in depth, you have to be a part of the team. And I'm going to share about how you can become a part of the team. All right, so the death of money as we know it. What does that spark in you when you hear the death of money as we know it? Well, it's probably money dying, right? Money no longer being useful, no longer having any kind of tangible exchange where I can go and give you a $100 bill and the value of that $100 bill is not even worth a dollar bill. So whoever controls your money controls you. So I'm going to invite up one of our first guests from a video. His name is Andres Antonelopez, and he is multi Bitcoin billionaire, millionaire, and he has a deep insight about this next age of currency and what you need to know and what you need to expect and to prepare for. So please give Mr. Andres your undivided attention. Thank you. Sorry about that.
The biggest criminals in the world have banking licenses of their own. They don't need to money launder. They own HSBC and that money launders for them. Keep in mind, this isn't a matter of evil people doing evil things. This is a matter of systemic corruption. And know your government. Guess what? They're funding the war criminals. They're funding the terrorists. They're paying the arms dealers. And they're doing it using the banking system that they're supposedly doing oversight on. There will always be criminal activity. That's part of society. Changing the way money works only ends up punishing the innocent. If the government can watch everything you do, if they can watch every time you spend money, their ability to control your behavior is enormous. And it will put people at the mercy of a system in which, at a flick of a binary switch, you can become a non-person. Went to the wrong website, attended the wrong protests, associated with the wrong political party, expressed support for the wrong idea, off. You no longer exist. That's scenario A. Scenario B is a world in which we have a fully connected economy using a form of currency that is neutral, transparent, global, and open, belonging to everyone, requiring no qualification to enter or access the system, and not under the control of any government or bank. That's what Bitcoin offers.
All right, so thank you, Mr. Andres, for that. Now, that was just a clip of a 2-hour interview that he had with the London Real. And as you can see, we are moving in an age where everything can be controlled by data. And like you said, you know, you can literally be like lights out, flick the binary switch, and your information is gone and you no longer exist. So what I want to do is I want you to understand the way that currency and governments are working based upon a systematic issue, and how this crypto is a disruptive way that can disrupt that and can put you in control of your money and not the government or big banks in control of your money. So one of the things that you can't do is be like the no common sense generation is what I call it. And why I call it a no common sense is, think about the kids today doing all these challenges, like set myself on fire challenge, or tape a brick of fireworks, black cats around my chest and see if I can survive that. You know, this is the kind of generation we live in. But when you think about it in the money concept, the most, what you know, my professor would call it common slave mistake number 2 would be is, what we do is when we have our money, we invest in assets that they don't really actually understand or believe in the long term. So even in this concept of this crypto, a lot of people see this, but they don't believe it because they don't see it in their hand. They think it has to be a form of cash because in this age, in the age before us, we got introduced to cash and our dollars. So they don't plan to hold for at least 5 years. They might make a little money, they buy high and sell low, and then the double whammy of regret is when the assets rebound and the higher than the high than they bought. So it's like you feel regretful when you don't take advantage of common sense systems and common sense practices that can put you on a better footing. And one of the regretful things that I have, even when it comes to this experience of this new currency called crypto and the Genesis coin called Bitcoin, I had a I feel really regretful for an experience that I had. And I'm gonna share a little bit about that experience with you a little bit later. But this experience was a moment in my mind where I just wanted to, like, have you ever been like when you had opportunity and then you kind of like pass it up, and then all of a sudden later you see it on TV and you're like, dang, I was that person. So I'm going to share that with you in a little bit, but I'm going to keep moving. So are you aware? And what I mean by aware, maybe you might be culturally aware, or you might be fashionable aware of the new fashion or the new cars or the new rapper or the new singer, but that's not the aware point that I'm trying to get you to focus on. Are you aware of the internet versus the blockchain? What's literally happening in front of you? So just to kind of break it down and simplify it, the internet was the boom of the information platform where everything became easy accessible, right? You don't have to pick up per se a book to learn something. You can go right on the web and get it, or to get information, or to speak to somebody, or just even this platform right now is based upon the internet. And the internet was a beautiful experience. But think about the time where the internet jumped off. A lot of people don't even know, especially this generation. But 1994 was when the internet jumped off, and that's when many people should have been taking a look that looked like us, but we didn't. And because we didn't, guess who stepped in that space? Google. Who else? Facebook. Who else? You know, all these companies, right? But through the information age platform, because it was so new, we didn't prepare for what would be the shortcomings of the information age, which would be now what you're hearing big time fake news, getting false information, easily believing it, but not doing your fact checking. But the other thing is that we didn't look at the security risk that would happen. So one of the things that you see happening now is all these companies is losing your information, right? So the internet versus the blockchain. Now the blockchain represents value platform, and the value is based upon the things that you deem value, like your deed to your house, that's value. Like your social security card, that's value because that's your information. Like your bank statements, just these things are valuable. And this information is what's connected to who you are, basically your DNA. If you don't have this information, if you don't have this social, you're basically walking around and don't nobody know who you are. So the blockchain offers something that is a repair to the things that the internet developed so quickly and didn't have a solution for. So one of the things that the blockchain offers is what we call data integrity, which equals the blockchain. So what does data integrity mean? So basically, blockchain application number one, the data integrity is the maintenance of and the assurance of the accuracy and consistency of data over its entire life cycle, and its critical aspect to the design, implementation, and usage of any system which stores, processes, and retrieves data. So think about the internet. That's exactly that. But what is the integrity of the information platform, which the internet has broken down? And you can see that when it comes to, like, examples, Equifax. Equifax has all of our information. So basically all of our information has been hacked. All of our information has been made vulnerable because they don't have a system that was connected to this new system called the blockchain. So I'm going to explain a little bit about how the blockchain works, but I'm going to just let you know, this is an intro and I am not the expert, okay? I am going to talk about things that I understand on a basic level, but I am going to offer an opportunity where we can learn together and where we can learn from experts to be able to navigate through what I said, this economic jungle, okay? So does it serve a worldwide need? So think about the blockchain application number two. All right, so you say you got gift cards, right? This is the season of gift cards, right? Everybody is going to get gift cards. Believe me, believe you not, you're going to get gift cards. One of the things with gift cards is about $10 billion is being wasted on gift cards. And the reason why is most of the time people don't spend all the money on a gift card, or they don't never use it, or when it's time to shop, they forget to pull it out their pocket and they spend cash. And some people don't want gift cards, you know. Some people want exactly what they want, you know. So one of the solutions to this growing problem versus growing solution is, how does the blockchain work within this type of solution? All right, so think about how the internet developed, all right? The platform for the internet was developed based upon these big companies like Google, like Facebook, like Netflix, like Amazon, and you got to submit all your personal information to these companies, right? And these companies basically hold your information on huge servers. Now, these huge servers are still on the internet. So what happens is when these servers are on the internet, people that are really skilled at using the internet for selfish purposes can get into these big servers through their understanding and use that information for selfish reasons. So the blockchain offers a solution, and this type of solution based upon, you know, what we call Bitcoin, Ethereum, system bash, all of these things is based upon a chain. That's why it's called a chain. So when you look at a chain, it's linked together. So think of your information like each one of these little circles, right? Think of your credit card. So think of your credit card, right? Your credit card like one of these, right? And it's broken up in what? 4, 8, 12, 16 numbers, right? Think of the chain being your numbers broken up. So when you put your information into a company, they don't hold your information on a server, but it's stored on a chain that's called a worldwide ledger. And this worldwide ledger basically houses your information, and it shows that your information is secure because if there's a breach, you can easily track it. So if you think about some things like I was saying earlier, like Equifax, you think about Target, you think about all these companies, but think about politically. You think about this past election. And a lot of emails were hacked, or a lot of the votes were hacked, and they say that it was a fraud votes, or votes were disappeared, or Hillary's emails disappeared off her server. Think of stuff like that. With the blockchain, this prevents that, okay? I'm gonna stop there on that. So some of y'all asking how you make money. All right, so I'm gonna give you an example of a worldwide solution of a blockchain technology called shopping. So it's basically a universal shopping profile across the entire web, okay, connected to the blockchain. And their core values are the shopper should be in control of their purchase history data, no matter where it happened. So if I did something in America and I jump over to Korea or China, I can still be able to know how my information is moving, how my car is being used, how transactions are being taken, how my money can move around the world. Also, it's easier to shop when you have this currency because shopping might have a connection with companies around the world, and they don't tax you based upon regulations that each government's be having in place. Or they may tax you, but the tax is different from, you won't be regulated in a way that prevents you from getting to your money quicker than what a wire transfer would cost. Also, shoppers should have the ability to share that data to improve their experiences through more accurate product recommendations, personalized marketing, pricing, and unique incentives that are just for you. So think about this company working for you, because most of the time you put these companies in business. Google, why Google don't give us a check? Think about it. Why Facebook don't give us a check? We didn't put them in business, but they don't give us a check because what? They're not solving somewhat of a universal need, especially when it comes to finances. So another area is retailers are stronger working together with their shoppers. You see what I'm saying? Then standing alone, think of it as a decentralized Amazon. So understand this from a perspective of that platform, or that where it says retailer, merchant, it's all centered upon you. You control everything. It's not you just giving it all to this person, you feeling like you waiting on them to respond, you know? So within this crypto, believe me, there are Bitcoin. When you hear the word Bitcoin, don't think of it as just Bitcoin, and that's it. Bitcoin was the Genesis coin, okay? It was the Genesis coin, and everybody has to get Bitcoin to begin crypto. So when you start crypto, you create, there's so many alter coins, what we call. So how do you find out which coin is, or which crypto is a good choice to choose from? So these are a few things you need to know or need to ask when you're going into this area of learning about crypto. Is the coin deflationary with a limited supply? So will it deflate? Is it only a limited supply? Are they putting a big smoke screen behind the advertisement telling you, hey, look at this, you're seeing so much buzz about it, but is it a coin that really is backed by a worldwide need? Are they, like I said, are they solving a real need with unlimited demand? And if they're not, how can you figure that out? Well, we have a system that can weed out over 90% of coins right away. So you can know how to choose the good from the bad. So the key to unlocking this new currency. So there's 3 keys to unlocking this new currency called crypto. So the blockchain companies need to have at least one or more of the 3 key success. Scalability. Are they in it for the long term? Okay. I'm seeing many companies put billions of dollars into certain cryptos. And some of these companies are in it for the long term. So you need to know, if you're going to go start looking for cryptos, understand it. Are they in it for the long term? Are they interoperable? Can they work with other currencies, meaning cryptocurrencies or government currencies? And does it have a FRAP protocol? Well, does the protocol work? Does the system work? So before I move on to this next slide, I want you to understand that the experts are the ones that we need to be willing to hear from. And if you don't know anything about it, right now I'm an expert for you. Even though I'm a beginner still, I went through an intensive training on this. So I have a basic understanding, a little bit above a beginner understanding. But if you don't have any understanding, then you should rely on a person that you can say, hey, he's giving me some good knowledge. Even if you don't completely understand it, the things that I'm sharing with you today is going to help you understand. So this next person I want to invite up is actually the founder of the Black Business School. He's going to be sharing a little bit about what this new currency has to offer us and why you need to get positioned, and also what you need to look out for. So with no further ado, I'd like to bring up what they call the People's Champ, good friend of mine, Dr. Boyce Watkins.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from the Black Business School. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. As you know, I've been investing in Bitcoin pretty consistently. I've been investing for a few months now, and I'm really excited about what I've been seeing. In fact, Fortune magazine said that this is the year of the Bitcoin. It was either Fortune or Forbes, one of the two. I would say that over time, I probably invested a little more than $10,000 in Bitcoin. Now my portfolio is worth about $32,000. Maybe it was $15,000. I don't remember exactly the amount, but I know that I made a lot of money in it. And so one of the things I want to do is, as kind of, your personal finance professor, that's what my PhD's in, is I kind of want to sort of talk to you more about this. I saw what was really going on in Bitcoin, and I said, okay, let's dig a little bit deeper. Let's see what's really happening here. And so I kind of have concluded this. I've concluded that, whichever direction this investment phenomenon goes, and Bitcoin literally has been argued to be the greatest investment in the history of the world, no matter how far it goes, I kind of want us to be on the front lines. I kind of want it. I definitely know I want it myself and my family and my friends to be on the front lines. You are my family and friends. So I said, okay, well, let me just see if I can put some things together to help you kind of come along for the ride and kind of enjoy this process with me. Or I can't promise you that I know what's going to happen in the future, but I know that you want to be positioned so that you get a chance to get a piece of that wealth. Now, why is Bitcoin and crypto kind of important? About $100 billion in new wealth has been created in crypto. About $100 billion in new wealth has been created in crypto over the last few years in Bitcoin. And that's not a joke. If a person bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin in 2010, that $1,000 would be worth almost $100 million today. Almost $100 million today. 100 million. I mean, imagine if you could have spent $1,000. I mean, how many of you had $1,000 somewhere that you could have raised, for whatever, and bought some Bitcoin just for the hell of it? That $1,000 would be worth $100 million. You would have more money than most NBA players. It'd be like having a lottery ticket right there in your back pocket. And so now, Bitcoin, every time they think it's not going to rise anymore, it keeps on rising. So it kind of made me say, I really want to be a part of this. I really want to make this investment. And I started reading a bunch of stuff. I'm reading books. I'm watching videos. I'm talking to people, bringing in experts. We have a cryptocurrency expert, Lamar Wilson, in the Black Business School. I was digging into this stuff. I mean, really digging into it. And what I found is that it's not the Bitcoin that's the most interesting part of all this. It's actually the underlying technology. The underlying technology is called the blockchain. The blockchain, compare the blockchain to, is sort of the internet when the internet first took off. You had the internet itself, then you had companies built on the internet, the Googles, the Apples, the Facebooks, all that stuff. Well, Apple wasn't built on the internet, but you get the point. They've created almost $1 trillion in wealth, over $500 billion in wealth on the internet, as well as in other spaces. The blockchain is actually kind of still in its infancy, kind of like where the internet was. Remember when the internet first started? Imagine if you could have bought some of the first .coms. Just a .com, buying a few .coms could make you a multimillionaire. When you plant your seed to places where the harvest is going to occur. That's how you get a chance to build wealth and to build wealth and to build wealth. And in fact, there's not just Bitcoin. There's about 1,300 companies on the blockchain right now. These companies are going to become worth billions and billions of dollars, billions and billions of dollars, billions and billions of dollars. Now, here's the problem. We got to be really careful. We got to be careful because, you know, when that greed kicks in, that's when you get into what Alan Greenspan, the former chairman of the Federal Reserve, calls irrational exuberance. Irrational exuberance. Irrational exuberance is when people get so excited about the prospect of making money that they get sloppy. Almost like the California gold rush, when people would have dreams of gold and they get gold fever and they go out there and they go out west and bad things happen. They get robbed, they lose all their money, they get manipulated, scammed, etc. Okay, so ultimately I want you to stay sober. I want you to keep focused. I want you to try to understand the landscape. Now, here's the thing. You know, this is a $200 billion industry. Most of the people who are in this industry are white, libertarian types, maybe some Trump supporters or whatever. When people see black folks trying to jump in, you're going to have people that are going to basically become predatory. You're going to ultimately, what I want you to kind of learn about, the reason I want you to understand this economic jungle, and that's kind of what I call it, is, you know, because you don't want to get ripped off. You want to sort of follow the experts. It's like if I'm going through the jungle and I know there's gold in their hills, and I'm going through the jungle, I'm going to follow the people who live in the jungle. I'm going to follow the people that I can trust, who know their way through. So I found experts. We've recruited experts, actively recruited. My whole team has worked on this. Hundreds and hundreds of man hours put into this, man and woman hours put into recruiting experts in crypto, so that we can actually help you to kind of navigate this this economic jungle. So last week, one of the things we did is we created the Black Crypto Investing Group, and it's been pretty awesome. The group has between 7,000 and 10,000 members, I think. Literally in the first 7 days. And so in no time we'll probably have some kind of a Black Wall Street type situation going on with crypto, a critical mass, which I think is beautiful. Now here's what I want to do to try to help you with this. One of the ways to kind of avoid exploitation is through knowledge, education, and information, etc. So what we did was we had put together a class called How to Smartly Invest in Bitcoin and the Blockchain in 2018. Even then, it's far less than what people pay to go to take these classes in college at universities. And most universities don't teach cutting edge stuff. They teach you stuff that you could have learned in 1985. Well, we're in 2017. Information is changing very rapidly. Business models are changing as we speak. Valuation models for stocks and bonds are adjusting right in front of our eyes. So this is a really exciting time to be in business, but a scary time. It's not a good time if you're not a person who has flexible thinking. I put together this team of experts. One of the guys that we pulled together, my guy, I'm so impressed with this brother. His name is Lamar Wilson. Lamar Wilson founded a company called Hiru, which is a blockchain technology company. So one of the first Black companies to ever operate on the blockchain. He's going to be there teaching, answering questions, and giving you the lowdown and kind of chopping it up and breaking it down for you based on his background. Also, there's another guy who calls himself Mr. I. That's not his real name, but basically he's been in Bitcoin and blockchain for a long time. He's made a lot of money. He's got a couple of data centers with over 600 different servers that are mining Bitcoin. So he's constantly mining Bitcoin. He's also put together a system of investment that helps him to identify which cryptos are going to do well. Now, with blockchain, it's different. You're dealing with what is called an inefficient market. An inefficient market means that, among other things, that they have what they call information asymmetry. Information asymmetry means that some people have more information than others. The people who do have the information can actually get ahead of those who don't have it. Information starts to matter again. Or if you're going in the jungle looking for gold, information matters because everybody doesn't know where the gold's located, which will be different from looking for gold in a big city where everybody knows where the gold is. Right? The crypto is unlike any other investment landscape that I've seen in a long time. It's very, very interesting, super exciting. I'm just giddy over it. I'm just giddy over it as a finance expert. I wish I had jumped into Bitcoin sooner. I'm just mad. Tell you what, you guys have heard me talk about the $5 a day investment plan and how I think it was in 10 years, 11 years, a person would have had about $21,000 in the stock market. Well, in Bitcoin, if you started the $5 a day investment plan back in July 2016, you would have about $16,000 today. $16,000 today, which is the craziest, coolest thing in the world. Mr. I, his system actually identified something called Vertcoin. Vertcoin was down at 4 cents a coin, and now it's up to $5. Or $4 a coin. And so literally an investment of $5 a day would have been worth about $15,000. So Mr. I, you know, he's a guy who's made a lot of money. He's done this really well. He doesn't have to do this, you know, but ultimately he agreed to work with us because he cares. He wants people to have good information, and he doesn't want anybody to know who he is, but he wants to be helpful. And so we're going to cover a lot of his formulas, algorithms, etc., and basically, you know, break down his analysis. You know, you're going to learn a lot of stuff in terms of how he was able to turn a few $1,000s into millions of dollars. And you'll literally get to kind of watch in, you know, live and in person. You get to see how he kind of breaks down blockchain companies and makes a decision as to whether or not these might be good investments or not. No system is perfect, but this is a system that I actually think is something that you want to understand. So by the end of the web series, you have all that you need to know, you know, from this class to kind of understand the blockchain, understand the opportunities, understand how to smartly invest in Bitcoin in 2018, and also how to capitalize.
All right, so I'm going to stop that video there. And I just want to go over the few points because I'm going to roll through these slides very quickly. And I just want you, if you have questions, you can go to my Facebook page, Bobby Mall, and you can just hit me up and inbox me with questions. But Bitcoin, crypto has just now reached $1 billion worth of wealth. Okay, think of that as a really small number, okay? Don't think of this billion as a big number, okay? Even though that's big, billion is big. Think of our country is $7 trillion in debt. So 7 trillion to 100 billion is like this, okay? We are at the, like this time where when Bitcoin becomes trillion, and if that's when you start to act, that is the wrong time, and you are not going to see yourself positioned. So look at this B as being a small b and opportunity right now for you. Also, like I said, still in its infancy, not a market saturation. You who can tell me they saw a Bitcoin ad in their Facebook 2 years ago? Some of you could say it, but most of you can't because you didn't. Some of you probably ignoring it now because y'all ain't really seeing it. But imagine when you start seeing it everywhere. Imagine when you go into your bank, they're offering you cryptocurrencies. Imagine when you go into the Walmart or to the grocery store, they're offering you to pay for it in cryptocurrency. Imagine when you start seeing billboards everywhere. That's when that massive market saturation is going to happen. And that's when my next thing, take advantage without irrational exuberance, meaning you're going to try to rush because now you see it. And when you didn't see it or when it was this small, you was ignoring it. So the whole concept of irrational exuberance is not acting, you know, at the right time. Also, because it's a new understanding of making money, it's a new understanding of making money. So you need education, you need a system, and we have a system for you, okay? Stagnation leads to a missed opportunity. A lot of people should be on this webinar, but they're not. But as the market begins to saturate, more people are going to come to the webinar. But at this time, it's going to be many, many things you got to really look out for. So whoever comes first, what they say, first come, first serve, the early bird gets the first worm. Yeah, the early buyer gets the best cryptos. All right, knowledge gives you confidence and belief. So if you don't get knowledge, you won't have belief. And if you don't have belief, then you'll never ever will be willing to take a look at this. Last, this is our way to financial freedom. Believe me, y'all, this is the way to the financial freedom. This can break us from many different struggles. Like I said, the regret that I had was a brother, a white guy. I used to live in New York when I was doing one of those, like I said, volunteer team. I was managing a volunteer team out in New York. I was living up in Times Square near that area off of Manhattan. And I was sitting in Times Square, just minding my business, drinking a Starbucks coffee, waiting on some of the volunteers to come and meet me. And this guy just walks up randomly, white guy just starts talking to me. And he's like running along saying words like crypto and this is the new thing and Bitcoin. And I'm asking, I'm like, what is this, some type of Chuck E. Cheese token? Or what is this, man? And out of my arrogance of not just wanting to take the time and respect that brother's energy and respect that brother's time, I ignored them. And this was in 2010. And like Dr. Watkins said, if you would have invested just $1,000, I had money. I was making what, about $1,500 a week. So I had money. I would have had mega money right now. But because I didn't look at this opportunity with the right mindset, I felt like things were more important. I made my daughter go to bed at 8:30 so I can have this webinar. You know, it's like, so it's things that I see that I got to manage. I do it because I make the time and I respect the energy. And when you don't respect the energy, when somebody offers you something that you don't understand, then you miss out because you don't try to want to understand. So you need to know that it's an AI system. Stagnation leads to missed opportunity. Knowledge gives you confidence and belief. And this is our way to financial freedom, all right? So the new you in investing, these are just some small picks of different cryptos. And definitely it's 1,300 cryptos that you got to be looking to find which one is going to bring you out of that slump and into financial freedom. So the AI system, what I was talking, how it works, is just a really very intelligent system. So if you have somebody that's more intelligent than you, you're going to definitely use them to help you move forward. And I don't mean the word use in a derogatory sense, but in a sense that can really be beneficial to not only you, but also the person who's offering knowledge. So just a really very intelligent system is called Jarvis. That's what it's called. And it's basically what you get when you get Jarvis. You get courses that includes Black Money 101. This is what you get in the Black Business School, an introductions to the power of money. That's normally $49 a month. The Black Money, how to invest in stock market, that's normally $89 a month. Cryptocurrency investing 101, that's $300. That's by Lamar Wilson. That's $349. The Emancipation Equation, that's $149. That's by Dr. Boyce Watkins. You also get the Emancipation Equation 2, the Bitcoin Blueprint, and that's $249. So this sheet in front of you, I want you to see. This is Dr. Watkins' investment portfolio. He started investing basically $5 a day, which was basically what? $150 a month, $100 a month. But he invested $150 a month, okay? No, I'm sorry, I'm right, $150. I'm confusing myself. Okay, so basically what he did was he started investing in July of 2016 in Bitcoin and other altcoins. And by the time his total investment was $2,250, on Bitcoin he had returned, he had invested $10,023. So the total amount of value in his Bitcoin now is $9,828. And the total value of his altered coins is worth $71,000. So he has a portfolio, aggregated portfolio of $81,000. This is only within a year, y'all. This is a year, okay? 1 year, okay? Remember, I had the opportunity in 2010. I didn't do it, okay? So what is your worth? What is your worth? If you never thought about your worth, then you don't really understand how things work, you know, because people are always looking at what your worth is. You know, I have a business. If somebody wants to do videos, they want me to edit a video, I have a sheet, tell you how much it costs. This is what I'm worth for that. If they don't want to pay it, they go find somebody else. So the worth for this Jarvis system, this is just a very intelligent system, is worth $100K. And believe me, it's really worth $100K because this system is so good, it really helps you navigate through this new currency called crypto and to be able to pick and choose, sell, trade, move around. So, but also what happens is within that portfolio purchase that you get, when you purchase the whole plan, you get access to an Altcoin Analysis. So you basically get a spreadsheet, you get information and data, real-time data about the coin, a crypto, and then you get the history. And it'll give you ideas of how much you should invest up to the amount, how much you should take out, and why you should leave it in, even if they see a dip. You also get access to the Black Business School and all the Black Money programs. You get access to a global community. You get access to the Facebook group where I'm learning so much. I tell you, I've learned so much on that Facebook group that I've learned through a lot of the videos I've watched on YouTube. And also you get tickets to the upcoming All Black National Conference. So is there belief? Is there belief? Some of you might not have belief yet, you know, and the reason why you don't have beliefs is because you don't have education. So in order for you to have belief, to understand a successful blockchain company, you must have a very large active community that's promoting the product. Well, we got a community, y'all. The Black Business School has in the Facebook group. This thing went live maybe about a month ago. Not only that, maybe almost a month ago. And in the first 8 days, it had 8,000 people. Now we're up to almost 19 to 25,000 people in between that number. So we have a community, y'all, that's a voice. So you need that. The second thing is strong development team that's talking in unison. We have a strong development team. You see that. We are you're finding us on all social media sites like Reddit, Stream, Slack, and Telegram. And Jarvis monitors all of these things. The system that we have monitors all of these internet-based simultaneously, making sense of the chatter and discussion. So the more you see talk about cryptos and everything, Jarvis is analyzing the best understanding of what we need to do the proper conscious decision in investing. And also it gives you a good idea of when coins are moving up, when they're holding strong, and when it's time to get out. So I'm gonna just let y'all know, this is the real price, y'all. The investment that changed your life is $885. But right now, he got 40% discount. 40% discount is $299 a month. So this is a recurring fee a month. So a year annually, that's $2,499, like $2,500. So some of y'all might be saying, that's a lot of money, man. You know, I got a car payment that's due. I got a house note that's due. I got kids. I got this and that. And believe me, y'all, believe me, I'm in the same situation. That's a lot for me. Even though I'm doing this webinar, this is a lot for me. So when I saw that it wasn't just me speaking like this, but it was many other people speaking like this, I had to start thinking about how I can change this number into making it look small, but still using the most out of it. So what I came up with was Bobby's Group Economic Strategy, y'all. So the monthly cost is $300, right? Annually. $2,500 annually, $300 a month. So my group economics strategy makes saving coins easy, makes saving cryptos easy. So this is what I'll tell you why. So this is what I propose to all you that are watching this. If you want to be a part of a team in Indianapolis, that we can grow in knowledge, grow in family, love, share, grow in wisdom, but grow in money and finances, this is what I'm proposing we can do as a group, okay? As a group, we can do this, okay? I believe in this. So we only have 50 spots available in Indianapolis, if that be, because it might be more people that bought into the spots in Indianapolis, so it may not be 50 anymore. But what I'm proposing is you have one account leader. I represent the account leader, and I get 5 new era investment leaders per account. So that's possible, 50 times 5. So that's what? 250. We want to develop a strong team, right? So I'm the account leader, and you are the new era investment leader, okay? So what I'm asking you to do is pay a fraction of this cost, of this investment, into your education, into this new era of currency, okay, y'all? So you invest $50 recurring per month into your education, okay? This $50 is not going per se into my pocket, it's going into the school and to the education, okay? So 5 people, that's what, 50? 50, that's 150. 50, that's 200. 50. Account leader, that's $300, y'all. So we invest, that's $300 a month. We all pay $50, we put it in the pot, we pay for the system, we receive the education. Now, okay, does it stop there? No, it doesn't, okay? Because the next step is the most crucial point. If we do not practice group economics centered upon weekly meetings, it will not work, okay? We have to sacrifice, all right? So what I'm proposing is we sacrifice weekly meeting once a week, okay? Once a week. It can be a library, it can be at a home, it can be at a school, it can be out in the cold. I don't care, y'all, but we just need to meet once a week, peer-to-peer training. We sit down, we access the account, and we learn from the experts, okay? We learn from the experts, and after the experts talk, we dialogue, we break it down, we stir that soup of education up, we sip it slow, because if we try to gobble it up fast, we're not going to really understand the value of what we're getting. That's why it's called the age of value. First is education, y'all. We have lacked so much because of slavery. Slavery dumbed us down, and now we still are dumb in economics. And now we have an opportunity to move forward centered upon this new form of currency, okay? But not only weekly meetings, we meet through this forum here, this Zoom meeting. This is so much powerful where I don't even have to be sitting in your living room, but I'm sitting in your living room. You sitting wherever you at the coffee shop. You sitting in your car on your cell phone. We can meet, y'all. This can happen. We do conference calls. Plus, we get access to the secret Facebook group and other support. So that $50 coin with the education of meeting is what's going to strengthen our group and make it become stronger, y'all. But for all y'all asking, well, what is the $50? No, I said it earlier. The $50 only goes towards your education. So it's like you're investing, y'all. This is not centered upon a multi-level marketing strategy per se, because we are investors, new era investors, okay? So the money that you are investing based upon the Jarvis system education, the fraction of that cost is going towards the education, all right? Now, this model requires 4 areas. Trust. We have to trust each other, y'all. We trust everybody else with our money. How come we can't trust each other to work as a group with our money? So we got to trust each other, okay? Commit. We have to commit to these points on weekly local peer-to-peer training and the Zoom meetings. We have to commit to coming to this forum and this platform and dialogue and discussion. We have to invest, okay? We can't think that the only thing I'm going to do is invest in education and not take the risk, okay? Investing into the crypto. So the education teaches you properly how to invest in making the proper conscious decision to invest in the cryptocurrencies. And then lastly, we have to have patience and long haul. Like I told you before, 20 years. Not a lot of people got rich. Like I said, if I would have listened to that brother 7 years ago, I wouldn't have to worry about 7 years would have been my long haul. Now I'm looking for the next people who wants to make the 7 years start again. And those who are watching this and those who are listening, this is what the next long haul is. And lastly, how do we create this transparency? So we create a Gmail account. So if you already have an Gmail account, you already have this, okay? We access a monthly deposit of $50 into a Google Wallet, okay? So everybody, including the account leader, who is responsible for making the payment, account leader makes the payment into the school to receive the education. All the investment area leaders send their money through the Google Wallet to the account leader. The account leader then pays monthly the fee, okay? Now, when we do this, y'all, the initial investment I'm recommending once we start this should be a minimum of $150. The reason why I say this is you want to have at least the $50 that you offer every month, invest that into what? Education. Then it start out with $100, y'all, and we can diversify that $100 into the cryptos that you choose or what Jarvis choose for us. And we make, and ultimately the choice to choose a crypto is on you. This is the era of investing in leaders. So you take the leadership of that, but Jarvis helped us navigate through the ones that the system feels is going to make the big hit for us. Okay. So my point is we invest, we bring to the table $150. $50 goes towards education, which is the fraction of the $300. $100 we start investing. And after that, as soon as you make $100, I'm recommending invest another $100. That's what I'm recommending. So how to set up a Google Wallet if you've never done it? I'm gonna do it real quick. You go to that little star up here. Y'all can see my little cursor here. You see that little little up there? Click on that. You scroll down, you see the Google Wallet right there. You click on that. You sign up. So it's gonna ask you, register a card. I already have my MasterCard registered, okay? So what does it do? So you wanna register as a personal account or you wanna register as a business account? So I got both. I'm waiting on my business account pending because I started my own business to replenish crypto, okay, y'all? So, and I'm with Teachers Credit Union, and if y'all need an account, my wife can hook y'all up, hit me up, I can get y'all in. But you set up the account, you add your debit card to it, now your card is linked. So this is where you're gonna start using the money that you are gonna invest in your education to transfer to the account leader, who is gonna then transfer that money over into the Black crypto education school, okay? And the last part is down here, the balance. So this is how you know. When a person who's ready to transfer, they cash out, they basically transfer that over to the, so it's easy steps. So it's basically easy as 1, 2, 3, and this is how we can practice group economics, which is our power move, all right, y'all? This is our power move if we can do this, y'all. But we gotta see the vision. And like I said, it's belief. The only way you're gonna get belief is through education, y'all. If you don't educate your mind, you're not gonna gain belief. If you don't make the time and sacrifice, you're not gonna gain conviction. And if you don't start investing, you're not gonna see the results, all right? So it's our time to be free, y'all. It's our time to be truly free. And what I wanna say is this. As my last and closing on this webinar, you are free to choose, okay? But you are not free from the consequences of your choice. So you're free to choose. You can take this webinar and just say, hey, you know what? It wasn't worth nothing to me. The value, you didn't see it. But like I said, my choice was to blow that guy off. Didn't even give him this much time. I gave him just this much time before I said, get out of my face. My consequence now, I'm not a 100 millionaire, 100 multi-millionaire. But guess what? It's on the way. And what I say to those who are on the outside looking in, the person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person doing it. And the ones that are with my team, we're going to do this. We're going to make it happen. And this is our time to be truly free. So you know what? I really appreciate your time. Thank you for your patience. And if you got any questions, I will take any of your questions right now. But if not, next Monday.